Abrir la boca. Abrir la boca. Okay. Abrir la boca. You know what boca means, right? Boca. This means to open one's mouth, literally, and also it can be used as an expression when you're speaking, especially if the other person or another person doesn't want you to say something, to spill the beans, to tell the tea. It's similar to that. It can be a bit rude to use this phrase, but we'll talk about that. And how to use this phrase in case you hear it or you want to use it in a certain situation. So let's talk about that. Abrir, once again, abrir means to open. Abrir, to open. La means the. Boca means mouth, okay? Means mouth. So literally, we can use this literally or figuratively, okay? Abrir la boca. So, let's look at some examples using this peculiar phrase. Oops. El dentista necesita que abras la boca para ver tus dientes. El dentista necesita que abras la boca para ver tus dientes. Do you know the meaning of this? El dentista necesita que abras la boca para ver tus dientes. This means the dentist needs you to open your mouth to see your teeth or to look at your teeth. Okay? So, let's break this down. Let's see how this sentence works. El means the. Dentista means dentist. It's almost the same spelling. You just need to add the letter A at the end. Dentista. Necesita, needs. Necesita comes from the verb necesitar, which means to need, okay? Necesita, needs, que. When you want to add more to the sentence, after using the verb necesitar, you can use the word que. Necesito que me ayudes. I need you to help me. El dentista necesita que abras, okay? So if you want to add more to the sentence, you can use the word que after the verb necesitar, okay? So we don't have it in English here, but we have que. It's important to note that. And abras, necesita que abras, tú abras. We don't need tú, we need abras, which is the verb abrir conjugated for the personal pronoun tú. Okay, abras. And abras means you, in the situation similar to saying you, to open. Okay, la boca, your mouth. You don't have to say tu boca, you can, but this is just a general use or a general term to just refer to one's mouth. It can be her mouth, my mouth, their mouth. So you only have to pay attention to the verb, okay? The verb. que abras la boca. You know, that abras indicates it's you for, you know, like this person, you need to open your mouth, not me, you, okay? So in Spanish, verbs can help a lot. The conjugation of verbs indicate you, most of the times indicates, the conjugation indicates, you know, who you're talking about. Who, if you're talking about a group of people or just one person, am I talking about myself or somebody else? So just pay attention to the conjugation of verbs in Spanish, because that's a good indication of what are you talking about, right? So pay attention to that. Okay. Para means for, or also to, when you want to add more to the sentence. If you want to explain, hey, you need to open your mouth because, you know, this dentist want to look at your teeth. So para is a good word to explain why you are asking a person to do something. So para, to, similar to saying to in this situation. Ver, see, ver is another verb, and it means to see, to look at, to watch even. So it depends on the context. It depends on the context for sure. And then we have tus dientes. Tus dientes means your teeth. Okay? Tus dientes, your teeth. By the way, well, in English you have teeth, right? In Spanish, you just need to add an S. Diente means tooth, and dientes means teeth. Okay, so it's easier in Spanish, because I remember when I was learning English, I probably said, I don't remember, but I probably said tooths. And that's incorrect. It's teeth, right? So in Spanish, you don't have to worry about that. If you want, most of the times, like, it's very likely that you can only add S, the letter S, to a noun if you want to make it plural. Okay, of course there are exceptions to this rule, but it's a bit easier. It's a bit easier in Spanish. Okay, now let's look at another example. By the way, here's the phrase we're learning, abras la boca. Once again, this can be literally talking about opening one's mouth. Okay. Now let's look at another example using this phrase when it means to speak or to spill the beans. Okay. Oops, I always do that. Oh my goodness. Siempre se mete en problemas cuando abre la boca sin pensar. Siempre se mete en problemas cuando abre la boca sin pensar. So, what's the meaning of this? This means he always gets into trouble or in trouble when he speaks without thinking. He always gets in trouble when he speaks without thinking. So when you want to say to someone that you're just talking without thinking, or you're talking too much about something that you shouldn't be talking about too much, you know, when someone is revealing a secret, when someone is saying things that are I don't know, when things that are rude, things that should, you know, things that are a secret, you should not be saying, you should not be opening your mouth to say those things. This phrase can be useful in those situations. You can use this phrase in those situations, okay? So it's usually a negative phrase. It's a negative phrase when it means this. So you would not say this. It's also a bit rude if you use it. People can get angry if you use it in, in certain situations when if you don't know the person too well, or if, for example, you would not say this to your boss or someone who you're not too comfortable with, so just keep that in mind. But if you hear this, you will know, oh, this person is talking about me saying something I shouldn't be saying. So it's a useful phrase in that context if you want to know what it means, right? So siempre, let's break it down. Siempre means always. Siempre, always. Él se mete. We don't need él, but you can say it if you want to be very specific, because in this situation we could be talking about she, we could be talking about he, we could be talking about you, formal, okay? But in this situation, se mete means he gets. Oh, by the way, let's include en problemas. Meterse en problemas is a phrase that means to get in trouble. Okay, so this is a verb. We talked about this phrase in the past. This is a reflexive pronoun. And then en problemas means in trouble. Okay, meter can mean, to get something in. For example, mete el teléfono a la mochila. Put the phone into your backpack. Or we could be talking about, in this situation, getting in trouble. Okay, so keep that in mind. I already talked about this phrase. So siempre se mete en problemas means he always gets in trouble. When abre la boca, that is the phrase we're learning. Cuando él abre la boca, we don't need to say él, okay? You can, but it's not necessary, and it's very likely that if you speak to a native Spanish speaker, they will not use personal pronouns all the time. So you gotta get used to it. Abre la boca, he's speaking sin pensar. Sin pensar means without thinking. Sin means without, pensar, thinking. And we can see a very important thing here, that we're not using the gerund. Here we are using the gerund. Thinking, pensando. In Spanish, the gerund of pensar is pensando. In Spanish, we don't need that. If you want to say without thinking, you must say sin pensar. Sin pensar. You can say sin pensarlo, without thinking about it. It's similar to saying that. But sin pensar means without thinking. Keep that in mind. Siempre se mete en problemas cuando abre la boca sin pensar. He always gets in trouble when he speaks without thinking. So, abrir la boca can mean two things. One, you open your mouth literally, because the dentist wants to look at your teeth, for example. Or when you're speaking and saying things, spilling the beans, when you shouldn't be doing it. In this situation, you're just talking about, you're talking without thinking. But we can be talking also about gossips, things that are secrets, and other similar things. Do you guys have any questions? Abrir la boca. That's an interesting one. great at work. ¿Debería usarse solo con amigos? You can use this phrase with friends, but even with friends, I would use it with caution because it depends on the tone, right? If you're saying this when you're angry, your friend is going to notice that and your friend might not like it. So there might be problems. But that's the only thing I must say. Like, don't use it with people that you're not comfortable with. You can use it with people like your friends, like people you're comfortable with, but use it with caution. One good thing, though, is that if you hear this, someone is telling you this, you can understand what it means. What is the person telling you, right? So this is a good thing to learn as well. Even if it's very informal and it can be even a bit rude, you at least know what it means. So if someone tells that to you, you know what they're talking about. So use with caution. And it's also a common thing to say in Spanish. Usually when people are a bit upset, I must say.